ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وبسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to everyone on YouTube and to everyone here, everyone meaning our two students here, Sadia and Salwa. Salwa, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing better, alhamdulillah.
You're doing better, alhamdulillah, mashallah. So inshallah, ready for our fourth and final property of noun?
Yeah.
Yes, for those who are joining us just today, we are actually continuing with our study of the properties of nouns. This is our fifth session, and today we will get started with our fourth and final property of noun, which is the status of nouns. What do I mean by status of noun? Before I get into that, a quick recap of what we have covered so far. So I usually have the habit of reviewing everything from the beginning. When I say from the beginning, I mean from day one, and bring you up to speed to where we are right now, just to serve as a quick refresher. If you have not been able to keep up with your review, it's sort of like, brings you up to speed. So that's exactly what we will be doing as we are building on topics, because every topic is related to the topic before, right? So we have to make sure that we are up to speed, we are completely on point with whatever we have learned. So we started off with learning about the three types of words that we see whenever we open the Mus'haf. We said that every word belongs to one of the three. Sadia, what are the three words?
Ism, noun, which is ism, then there's verb, which is fi'l, and then particle, which is harf.
Very good. These are the three, right? So the study of Arabic basically involves the study of these three kinds of words. We have nouns, we have verbs, and then we have particles, right? And then we started off with the study of nouns. And in nouns, we are covering the properties of nouns. We have 4 properties of nouns. The first one was, Salwa, what's the first property?
The first one is type.
And in type, we have?
Either it's proper or it's common.
Very good. It's proper or it's common. And then we have the second property?
Gender.
Gender, which is?
Male.
How many types?
There's only 2.
There's only 2, I know. Masculine and feminine, right? And then we covered, what did we cover last week? Number. And in number, how many forms do we have? How many forms does a noun have in terms of number?
3.
3,
singular,
which is?
Singular, dual, or plural.
Very good. Singular, dual, or plural. So really quickly to recap last week's lesson, I'm going to pull up this on the screen. Okay, it says it shows the masculine sound plurals. Everybody is able to see it. And by the way, the notes are uploaded. They are on the link below. And you have the answer key also from last week, which is the answer key for lesson 4, inshallah. All right, so here, this is what we covered last week, which is the singular, the dual, and the plural. Singular, okay, and then we have the dual, and then we have the plural forms of the nouns. So we took an example, all right? The example was al-Muslimu. We learned that in the singular form, the look is this. It's just a plain dhamma. Sorry about this. Okay, here. The ending is a dhamma, right? When we shift over to the dual, the ending is ani, okay, like we have muslimani over here. So this basically indicates to our noun being dual, and then we have the plural, which is al-muslimuna, showing the una ending combination. So we learned these things, that a noun, when a noun in its singular and a dual and a plural form, it is identified by its endings. Now it could be the ending sound, All right, keep this in mind. It could be the ending sound. Because this is proper, so the ending sound is oo. And if it was common, what would the ending sound be? Salwa, what would the ending sound be if it was common?
Muslimun.
Very good. Muslimun. So the ending sound would be on. So this is what I'm looking for, right? In order for me to identify whether it's a singular, dual, or plural, I'm going to hear for the endings. So oo or on. Now, for the dual, what's the ending combination that I'm looking for? Ani. Right? Muslimani, kafirani, mani'ani, jahidani. Right? Whether it is proper or common, the ending remains ani. Good so far, Sadia? Okay,
yeah.
And then we have our plural, which has the una ending combination. Okay, so I'm gonna hear for the una. I'm gonna look for the una ending combination. Muslimuna, muttaquna, kafiruna. Right? All of these indicate to the noun being plural. So this is what, masculine or feminine? These endings, are these masculine or feminine, Salwa?
They're masculine.
They're masculine. So we have another look for our feminine, right? We have to always keep in mind that the gender is two, masculine and feminine. So everything will be understood in the context of the male gender as well as in the context of the female gender also, okay? So here we have our feminine, right? Same thing, no complications here. It's just that it has the ta marbuta. It's going to have the feminine markers there to help us recognize that the noun is feminine, right? And over here, same ending sound. Singular is always ending sound, oo or on. Salwa, if this was proper, if muslimatu, al-muslimatu was common, then the ending sound would have been?
Muslimatun.
Very good, muslimatun. Now let's move over to our dual sound. All right, is it a sound or a combination for dual?
It's a combination because there's
It's a combination.
more.
And what's the combination? Tani. All right. For the masculine, Sadia, what was it for the masculine?
It was Ani. Yeah.
It was Annie, exactly. And for the feminine, you just add the ta. The little difference that we note, very little, tiny, slight difference that we note between the masculine plural and the feminine plural. The masculine plural, what was the ending combination? What was the ending combination for the masculine plural?
Una.
Una. Very good. And now, what's the ending combination for the feminine plural?
Atu.
Atu. Okay, so now, Sadia, really quickly, I'm going to give you a word that you're going to give me the dual and the plural for. Give me the dual and the plural for jahidun.
Okay, so jahidun, jahidani, and then jahiduna.
Jahiduna. Salwa, can you do the feminine form? The singular, dual, and plural.
Like common?
Jahidatun, yes. Common.
Jahidun, jahidatani, jahidatun.
Very good. Jahidatun, atun. All right. We have to emphasize on the ending combinations. Now, that's perfect. So we are up to speed till what we covered up until last week. We're going to start with our today's lesson, and this is basically the topic for today's lesson, which is the status of a noun. What do I mean by status of a noun? Now, the lesson 5 PDF has been uploaded in the links below, so if you can open that one really quickly. The status, I'm going to just go over the terminology right now, and then inshallah we're going to get into explaining the concept for you. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me the clarity in speech to make this as easy for you as possible and for you to understand it as easily as possible. Ameen. Okay, so we have noun, all right, and you see these words that are highlighted in red, right? Rafa, Nasb, and Jar. 3 names. Think of 3 new names that have arrived in your neighborhood, and you have to learn their names, okay? These are Rafa, Nasb, and Jar. Who are they? What is their function? What is their role? Inshallah, we'll get to it in a little bit. But Rafa, Nasb, Jar, when we talk about the status of a noun, there are 3 statuses. So the first one is Rafa, the second one is Nasb, and the third one is Jar. You have the notes in front of you, all right? Again, Rafa is the first one, okay? Nasb is the second one, and the third one is Jar. Sadia, really quickly, what are the statuses of nouns?
Rafa, Nasab, and Jar.
Very good. Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. Salwa, give me the names, the 3 new names that have arrived in your neighborhood.
Can you repeat that?
the three names that I just mentioned, the three statuses of nouns, what are they?
Rafa, Nasb, or Jar.
Rafa, Nasab, or Jar. Okay, now let's get back to our concept and explaining it. Status of nouns, we just understood that it is of three kinds. Okay, now Rafa, Nasab, and Jar, put it on hold. Okay, just put it away for a little bit and follow along with me. Now, Sadia, tell me, what do you notice common in all the words that are in this list, okay, in terms of their endings? What is it that you notice common across all of them? 1 to 7.
They either have a Dhamma or Dhammatain.
In terms of their endings, they either have a Dhamma or a Dhammatain, right? I have highlighted it in red for you, for the audience over here, to be so that you're able to follow it easily. The endings, if you look at the endings, okay, it's all Dhamma, all right? Here, Al-Kafiru, it is, what's going on with this here? Okay, Ar-Rahmanu, Al-Muslimu, so you hear the ending sound, okay? Al-Muslimu, Al-Kafiru, Jahidun, ending sound, Sahirun, ending sound, Mani'atun, ending sound, Sajidatun, ending sound. These are all words that end with a Dhamma or a Dhammatain. Now, what am I trying to get at with this? These words that you see that end with a Dhamma or a Dhammatain, a noun in terms of its state or status, okay? A noun in terms of its state or status is supposed to be in its original look, and that is called the Rafa look, okay? Again, I'll repeat myself. Whenever you have an ism or a noun that has the ending sound u or un, masculine or feminine, it does not matter, right? When it has the ending sound u or un, right, and if it's a noun, then that is supposed to be its original or default state. What do I mean by original or default state? Everything has an original state. Let me take this rubber band for you, okay? You look at this rubber band, all right? I hope you can see this. This rubber band, this is its original state, right? Now, what if I did this, Salwa? Salwa, is this its original state?
No, you stretched it out.
I stretched it, right? I applied force, and this is not its original state. What is this back in its original state now?
Yeah.
So everything has an original or a default look. So get this, that for the noun's original and default look is that it has a Dhamma at the end or Dhammatain at the end, okay? So let me show you few examples here. This state is called Rafa, right? Okay, Sadia, can you point out for me, based on what we just talked about, right? Can you point out for me the noun? There are a couple of nouns over here, all right? Point out the nouns. Point out the nouns from 1 and 2. Quickly,
Oh,
Sadia.
it's not showing up.
It's not showing up? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, all right? In Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, do you hear a noun there?
Bismillah. Rahman.
Ar-Rahman, and then?
Rahim.
Ar-Rahim, okay? So you have Ar-Rahman, and then you have, okay, there. You see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, all right? In there, you identified Ar-Rahmani and Ar-Rahimi, okay? Now, over here, can you identify the noun in this line? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Alhamdu and Al-Alameen.
Al-Alameen. Because, why did you identify Alhamdu as a noun and Al-Alameen as a noun?
Because of the Alif Lam in the beginning.
Because of the Alif Lam in the beginning. Now, tell me what is different between Alhamdu and Ar-Rahmani in terms of its ending.
So Alhamdu has a Dhamma.
Okay, Alhamdu has a Dhamma and Rahmani has a
Kasra then.
Kasra. Okay, so now we'll just put Ar-Rahmani aside for a little bit and we're just going to focus on Alhamdu. Okay, Alhamdu has a Dhamma, which means it is its
Default
what kind
state.
of look? Say it again.
It's an original state.
It's the original state, right? And what's the name of the original state?
Rafa.
Rafa. Okay, so now follow along with me and tell me, if this is a noun, alhamdu is a noun. You said it's a noun, and a noun has how many properties?
4.
4 properties. What is the type of alhamdu?
So it's a proper noun.
It's a proper noun. What is the gender?
Gender is male.
Gender is male. Okay, what is the number?
Number singular.
Singular. And now, so type we said proper. And now, what is the status?
Rafa.
Rafa. You complete your 4 properties of nouns. Okay? So whenever you have a noun, you should be able to list its 4 properties. Okay? So here, let me do this with you. Hold on. Let's go to Ar-Rahmani over here. Okay? Let's look at Ar-Rahmani. Go ahead, do the T, G, and S. T, G, N, and S. T is what?
The type, so it's proper.
It's proper. Gender?
It's male.
It's male. Number?
Singular.
Singular. Now, status, is it Rafa?
No.
Why isn't it Rafa? Why won't you call it Rafa?
Because Rafa either has a dhamma or dhammatain at the end.
Okay,
This has
it has a dhamma or dhammatain. That's what we have learned, and this one does not have that, right? So this is not your Rafa. Then it has to be something else, and we're going to find out what it is in a quick second, inshallah. Okay. So, any questions, Salwa, or you're following?
No, I get it.
You get it? Okay. She's very intelligent, smart. Yeah, she does not need it. She can be teaching this, inshallah. Okay. All right, Salwa. Go ahead. Tell me the TGNS of Abidun. T, G, N, S. Go ahead.
The type is common.
Common.
Because it doesn't have
Okay.
And then the gender is male.
Very good.
And the number is singular.
Number is singular. Okay. Why do you say it's singular?
Because it ends in an un sound, just like the singular sound is.
Good, very good, because it ends in on. What is the status?
The status would be Rafa because
the status will be Rafa.
default.
Very good. Okay, so seems like we've gotten this down. It's perfect. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something here. Few examples from the Quran. Okay. Examples that around the word Ar-Rahman, okay? In the Quran, the word Ar-Rahman, it occurs about 25 times, all right? This word is mentioned in the Quran about 25 times. I have just highlighted 3 for you, one from Surah Baqarah, the other one from Surah Isra, and the other one from Surah Maryam. And what is it that I want to highlight? Look at, so Salwa, read this for me. You have Ar-Rahman. Read it completely with the ending.
The entire ayah?
No, just the word.
Oh.
Highlighted word.
Ar-Rahmanu.
Ar-Rahmanu.
No.
Ar-Rahmanu. What about this one? Second one.
Ar-Rahmana.
Ar-Rahmana. What about this one?
Ar-Rahmani.
Ar-Rahmani. Okay? So Ar-Rahmanu, Ar-Rahmana, and then Ar-Rahmani. These are your 3 states that a noun takes, or statuses that a noun takes. The first one, what did we say it was? What was the first one? What did we call it? What was the name? Rafa. Okay? It's called Rafa. The second one was, what is the second status called here? Nasb. Okay? And what is the third one called?
Jar.
Jar. Simple. Right? So if it ends with a dhamma, it will be called Rafa. Okay? If it ends with a fatha, it will be called Nasb. All right? And if it ends with a kasra, it will be called Jar. Make sense? Easy? So what are the 3 statuses really quickly?
Rafa,
Nasab, and Jar. Again? Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. Okay? Now, we understood that there are 3 statuses. We understood that Muslimun can be Musliman, can be Muslimin, right? But we also learned that Muslimun has a dual form and Muslimun has a plural form, right or wrong? right? Has a plural and a dual form. So that means if there is a Rafa singular look, there has to be a Rafa dual look as well. There has to be a Rafa plural look as well, right? Okay, if there is a Nasb singular look, there has to be a Nasb dual look as well. There has to be a Nasb plural look as well, right? If there is a singular jar look, there has to be a dual jar look, and there has to be a plural jar look. I know it's a lot of concepts together. That's why we are going to split this concept into 2 classes. All right, I'm going to repeat this again next week, and next week actually is going to be our big review. We're not going to learn anything new. We're going to review, we're going to practice, we're going to do some exercises, maybe have some challenge going on with the audience on YouTube and the 2 girls here. Let's see who answers questions first. Inshallah, we'll try and get that going, because at this point when we have built up to so much, right, it's very important that we review everything together. There's no rush in finishing, all right? We'll get there when Allah takes us there, but we'll take our time to absorb and practice these concepts so that they become second nature to us, okay? So really quickly, before I move along, I want to talk again about what we have covered so far, right? Today we introduced status, okay? And when we were talking about status, we said that everything has its original or default look, all right? Everything has an original or default look. The original look of, and I showed you a rubber band, right? If I took a rubber band, this is basically its original look. If I stretched it, force has been applied, it is not in its original look anymore. So similarly, a noun, okay? A noun, we say that it is in its original look or default state or original status when it has a dhamma ending, okay? But dhamma endings are only for singulars, okay? So for now, just focus on the singular. When it has the dhamma. If it has a fatha ending or if it has a kasra ending, something has happened there. What? That will come later, okay? Just know that those are transformed states of a noun, transformed statuses of a noun, okay? So far, everything clear? All right.
Yeah.
Now, moving on, we go to our chart here, okay? I have an example for you. Let's look at this one. We just said abidun, okay? Here we have abidun, which is singular. It's very easy. The number and status, they actually go together, okay? Number and status, they go together. So if something is singular, abidun, okay? If it's singular, it's also rafa. Okay, abidun, it's also rafa and it's singular. Okay, now abidan, if you look at abidan, all right, here it's also singular and it is nasab. Okay, and then abidin, it is also singular and it is jar. Make sense? Okay, now slowly I'm going to unveil the dual look. Inshallah, it's going to be easy. Okay, same thing. If the singular and the rafa look were the same, okay? If the singular and the rafa look were the same, the dual and the rafa look is also going to be the same. That's the easy part, okay? The dual, whatever is dual, okay, that you have learned as dual, that is also rafa. Abidani, muslimani, kafirani, jahidani, mani'ani, right? Shakirani, amilani, alimani, all of these are rafa and dual. So what is it? Ending sound or ending combination for dual? Salwa. Ending sound or ending combination? Ending combination, okay? So now really quickly, okay, if I were to do the T, G, and S of this, abidani, okay? So if I write the T over here, T is what? Proper or common?
It's common.
Common. What is the gender?
Gender is male.
Gender is male. Very good. What is the number?
Dual.
Dual. What is telling me it is dual?
The ending combination ani.
The ending combination ani is telling me that it's dual, right? The ending combination ani is telling me another thing. What else? What else is it telling me?
That it's rafa.
That it's rafa. Okay? That it's rafa. So this one, Number, dual, okay? Status, rafa. Very good. Now let's move on to the next one. Abiduna, plural and the rafa look. Same. Let's do the T, G, N, S. What's the type?
Type is common.
Type is common. Gender?
Male.
Male. Okay. Number?
Plural.
Plural. And status?
Rafa.
Rafa. Okay? Easy? Okay. So if I told you al-ashakiruna, okay? If I gave you the word ashakiruna, can you give me the TGNS for ashakiruna? What will be the TGNS for ashakiruna? Really quick. People on YouTube can also try it. Okay? We have type for ashakiruna. What will it be? Type will be?
Ashakiruna. It's a proper noun.
It's proper. Okay. And then gender?
Male.
Male. And then number? Shakiruna. Ashakiruna.
Plural.
Plural. Very good. And then status?
Rafa.
Rafa. So why did you say it's plural? Why did you say it's rafa?
Because it ends with a una sound.
Because it ends with a una sound. Very good. That's your ending combination. So una actually gives away two information. Una gives the information that it is plural and then that it is rafa. Okay? But then again, keep in mind that rafa is what? Whether it's singular, whether it's dual, whether it's plural, that's the original look. Okay? That's the default. So here, let me go back. Okay, let me go back here and we're going to look at this one. See, look at the nasab form here. Okay, abidan. We're going to look at the nasab now. Okay, so this was the rafa form. Okay, this was the rafa form and now this is what?
Nasab.
This is the rafa form and this is the nasab form. Let me give you a quick example to show you how things change. For example, we can say Allahu ghafurun, right? We can say Allahu ghafurun. But you've also heard Inna Allaha ghafurun. Okay? Allahu ghafurun and then Inna Allaha ghafurun. Same thing is being said, right? Allahu ghafurun and Inna Allah. Technically it's the same thing, but of course meaning wise, in terms of depth and everything, that's a different story. But technically you may seem like it's the same thing. Allahu ghafurun, Inna Allaha ghafurun. But the first sentence is Allahu and the second sentence is Allah. Same thing. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, right? Or Innal hamda lillahi Rabbil Alameen. How did the hamdu turn into hamda? How? That you will learn very soon. Okay, we're not going to get into that. Like, it's the same thing. When I take this rubber band, okay, how did it become like this? Because a force was applied on it. Something is acting upon it. That's why it is not in its original state anymore. So same thing, when alhamdu becomes alhamda, something is acting upon it. We'll learn that later. But for now, just understand that concept. So similarly, abidun was the default state. Something acted on abidun and then changed it to abidan. However, this is your singular nasab look. Okay? Singular nasab look. The first line, singular nasab look. This has to have a dual look and it has to have a plural look. Okay? What's the dual and what's the plural? Ready for the unveiling? Okay.
Sure.
All right. Here you go. Okay. Here. This is how the dual in the nasab looks. Okay? What do you see here? It is, read it for me, Salwa.
Abidaini.
Abidaini. Again?
Abidaini.
Abidaini. Can you stress on the ending combination?
Aini. Abidaini.
Aini. Exactly. What was it before this? What
Ani.
was it in the rafa look? What was it?
It was Ani.
It was Ani. Here. So Ani was the rafa look. Okay. What was the singular rafa look?
The singular was Abidun.
Give me the ending sound. Give me the ending sound.
Un.
Un became in the singular. When it became nasab, it took the un look. Same thing here now. In the rafa, okay, in the rafa, this one was, why isn't it pulling up? Okay, in the rafa, it was what?
Ani.
And now in the nasab, it became what?
Aini.
Aini. Abidani and abidaini. Okay, shakirani, what will be the nasab?
Shakiraini.
Very good. Then we have kafirani.
Kafiraini.
Walidani.
Walidaini.
Very good. Walidaini. Mani'ani.
Mani'aini.
Mani'ani. And then we have alimani.
Alimaini.
And then bahrani.
Bahraini.
Bahraini. Jannatani.
Jannatain.
Jannataini. See, it's the feminine. I just threw in the feminine there for you. Nothing changes. It's just that the ta that indicates that it is feminine, right? So it's the ani becoming aini, all right? So the u in the singular becomes a, or un becomes an, and then you have the ani becoming aini. It's the order that you have to memorize in terms of ending sounds and ending combinations, and you have to know where the word plugs into the chart, right? Right now you can have a cheat sheet for you. You can have something, you can have the Muslimun chart open, page 2 of your handout has the entire chart for the proper common male, female, everything is there for you. It's all laid out for you. So what you do is, whatever word you see where it can plug in. Okay, does it sound like Muslimani or does it sound like Muslimun? And you go ahead and you plug it in there to determine what its number is and then what its status is. Okay, so our final lesson for today, we won't do the feminine chart today. We'll do it next week, inshallah, with a big review and a challenge. So let's move on to our plural. How does the plural in the rafa look? Right? The plural in the rafa, this is basically how it looks, right? Una, okay? Now in the nasab, this is basically how it looks like. What is the sound? Abi, dina. It's the ina ending combination. Alimina, Rabbil Alameen, okay? Rabbil Alameen, that is alamina. Whenever you see the ina ending combination, okay, when you see the ina ending combination, it indicates that the noun is plural and that it is nasab. Okay? Here. So now together, I'm just going to show you the rafa and the nasab look here. So rafa is abidun, okay, singular, abidani, dual, and abiduna, plural. Then we have nasab, abidan, abidaini, and then abidina, right? Good news is that the jar, except for the singular, which shows the kasra ending sound, everything else is the same. Okay? So what we see in nasab, we also see in jar. It's the same thing. How will you differentiate? You'll learn that later. It's easy. It's the easiest thing on earth. Okay? If you get this, then the rest is piece of cake. Okay? So here, abidin becomes abidaini, same like nasab, abidina, same like nasab. Okay? So the jar and the nasab, they are similar in their look except for the singular status. Okay? So really quickly, to sum up everything before we close today's class, we learned about status, and we learned that there are 3 statuses: rafa, nasb, and jar. Okay? Rafa, nasb, and jar. The rafa, nasb, and jar, they have their own singular look, they have their own dual look, and they have their own plural look. There is the masculine look and then there is the feminine look. We're not going to touch the feminine look today. We'll do it next week, inshallah. Okay? So rafa, there's the singular, then rafa, there's the dual, rafa, there's the plural. Nasab, there's the singular, nasab, there's the dual, nasab, there is the plural. And then we have the jar. We have the singular, we have the dual, and we have the plural. Let me give you the chart of Muslimun. So if I went with the common noun Muslimun, this is how it will go. This is how the chart will flow. Muslimun, Muslimani, Muslimuna, Musliman, Muslimaini, Muslimina, Muslimin, Muslimaini, Muslimina. You have to memorize it. If you cannot memorize it at this time, make a cheat sheet. Okay, you can attach it to your mushaf, at the back of your mushaf, all right? And anytime you come across nouns and you look at, you see there is a ina ending or there is a una ending, see where it plugs into that basic chart. And it'll give you the number and it'll give you the status. Whether it's Rafa, Nasb and Jar, keep in mind that these are all masculine forms. Feminine, like I said, we'll do it next week, inshallah. Are we good? Salwa and Sadia?
Yep.
Yeah, you got it? Can you give me the chart, Salwa? Give me the Rafa line. Give me the Rafa, the first one. Let's do it for Shakirun. Be the one who is thankful for all this. Alhamdulillah. Okay, Shakirun.
Shakirun, Shakirani.
Very good.
Shakiruna.
Shakiruna. Now give me the nasab of Shakirun.
Shakiran.
Shakiran. Dual.
Shakiraini.
Shakiraini. And
Shakirina.
Shakirina. And Jar, the last one.
Shakirin.
Shakirin.
Shakiraini.
Shakiraini.
Shakirina.
Shakirina. Nasab, Jar, Rafa. Just in case you're having a tough time understanding the concept, just remember that Rafa is the original look. Okay? Rafa is the original look of anything. And when something acts upon it, its look changes. That is your Nasab and Jar. What is acting upon it? There are certain things that act upon, which is very, 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 very small in comparison to the big topic that you're learning now. So that's like the easy part. That's not a big deal. Just get this, and the key to getting this concept is memorizing the chart. And like I said, if you cannot memorize the chart, the chart should be there somewhere in front of you. It should be there in the back of your mushaf. It should be there on your laptop screen, on your phone, or somewhere. Just make a cheat sheet and have it there. And whenever you find words, like this is a good practice that you can do. You can go through the mushaf, find the nouns, and see where they plug into. Really quickly, before we wrap up today's lesson, if you look at your handout, the chart and everything is, I'm going to do one exercise with you so you become familiar with the concept a little bit better. 5B, look at 5B and we'll do two. From 5B, does the noun have an ending sound or ending combination? Okay, B, is the noun a doer, object or detail? We'll learn that later, so we're not going to apply that at this time. Just tell me if the noun has an ending sound or ending combination. Okay, let's go with Salwa. Salwa, tell me number 15, Al-Dhakirina. Al-Dhakirina. Afrin beat you to it.
That has
Sorry.
an ending combination.
It's an ending combination. What's the ending combination?
Ina.
Ina. Okay, it's the ending combination. And can you tell me whether it's singular, dual, or plural?
That's plural.
It's plural. Will it be Rafa, Nasab, or Jar?
It can either be Nasab or Jar, since they
Very
both have
good. It can be either Nasab or Jar. Okay, there are some feminine ones also in there, but we're not going to look at the feminine ones. Okay, yalla, Salwa, let's go with this one. Al-Khabithani. Al-Khabithani. Tell me what is, let's do the TGNS, okay, of this one. T is what?
The T
yes,
is
Afrin.
proper.
Afrin wants to answer this. Go ahead. Type. This type. She's excited. Type. Give me the type of Al-Khabithani. Type. We're doing from the beginning. Yeah. Type. Is it proper or common? Common. Proper. Because it has alif lam. No problem. But what's the status? Rafa. Rafa. Why? Ani. Very good, because it has the ani. Okay, so TG. Give me the gender of Khabithani.
The gender is masculine.
The gender is masculine. What is the number, Sadia? Dual. Okay, we should have a third camera. Okay, dual. And then status, Afrin already answered the question. What is it?
Rafa.
What is it?
Rafa.
Rafa. Okay, it's Rafa. Easy? Afrin, is it easy? Yes. Okay, inshallah. Okay. Next week we'll have a challenge. We'll have a challenge between Afrin and the girls. Yes, that'll be so much fun. We'll just have you sit there and maybe another audience can join us. Okay. All right. So this is basically what you need to know. You need to be able to figure out the 4 properties once you look at a word. Okay. In terms of looking at them in the Mus'haf, like I said, open up your Mus'haf and look for the nouns. You look for the ending sounds and look for the ending combinations. It's okay for you to be confused at this time. This is natural, okay? Be overwhelmed at this time, but it's all about practice. Trust me, it's the easiest thing. You know, the easiest thing becomes difficult and complicated if we don't practice. That's the reality. But it's all about practice, 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 okay? So one quick sentence before we wrap up. Al-Ummah, oh my God, is that a sign of something? Okay. All right, let's look at this one. Number 5 here. As-salamu alal muslimin. Okay? As-salamu alal muslimin. Salwa, identify the 2 nouns for me in this sentence, and then after that, it's a wrap.
As-salamu and al-muslimin.
As-salamu. So go ahead, do the TGNS for as-salamu. What's the type?
The type is proper.
Proper. And what's the gender?
And then
she froze. Sadia. Oh, both of them froze? Afreen, what's the gender of as-salamu? Masculine. Number? Singular. And status? Rafa. Very good. Why? Because it has the u ending. Very good. Now, al-muslimina. Al-muslimina is, Afreen, you're the only one I have. Okay, al-muslimina is proper. Gender?
Gender is masculine.
Masculine. Number is?
Dual.
Muslimina.
gender.
Plural. And then status?
And then the
Status is either nasb or jar.
Very good. It's either nasb or jar. And with that, we wrap up today's class. I hope that it was easy. It is easy, right? It is not difficult. Like I said, it is all about practice. Take some time out, all right? Just 10 minutes when we turn off the camera at this time. If you don't have 10 minutes now, find some 10 minutes like after the class and just go over what we spoke. It's very simple. You just have to, in your head and in your mind, you have to know where these words fit in the chart. Right? Once you know if you have the basic chart of Al-Muslimun even memorized, or if you have it written somewhere, like it can even be under the plastic cover of your dinner table or kitchen table, right? So we learn, that's how we learn, or stick it on your cabinets, kitchen cabinets, wherever, but there cannot be any excuse, right? We are people of azima, we are not people of rukhsa, meaning we are people of resolve, we are not people of excuses, so whatever it takes to learn, inshallah, all right? So one quick recap of the chart, and then inshallah I will leave you to review these beautiful concepts. Okay, I did the Muslimun common chart. I'm going to do the Al-Muslimu proper chart. Al-Muslimu, Al-Muslimani, Al-Muslimuna, Al-Muslima, Al-Muslimaini, Al-Muslimina, Al-Muslimi, Al-Muslimaini, Al-Muslimina. Okay, if you want to just do the endings, then this is how you can do it. U, a, I, ani, aini, aini, una, ina, ina. Again, U, a, I, ani, aini, aini, una, ina, ina. Just memorize that entire chart and you will know where to plug in, inshallah. So keep us in your du'as. Until next time, keep everybody, the entire humanity, especially our brothers and sisters who are living in refugee conditions all around the world, who are living in war and conflict and having to deal with COVID-19. Also keep EPIC, the East Plano Islamic Center, its board members in your special du'as who are making it possible to bring these wonderful lessons to you. So, and the Ramadan lineup, mashallah, we're really excited to be rolling that out. We're really excited to welcome Ramadan. So keep us in your du'as, and inshallah, we will see you next time during Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم